Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesdays with Suzanne. And we're going to be diving today into the subject of coming out of the darkest time of the year. Last week, in our Tuesdays with Suzanne, we did a meditation and exploration that had to do with filling your reserves and going deep within. And now, this week, the Earth is turning in the Northern Hemisphere, and we're beginning to come into days that have a little more length, a little more light. And I want to talk about the process of moving from deep within back out into the world. Because from this point forward, and we don't often think about this, particularly where I live, January and February can be brutally cold and bitter, and you just want to stay inside by the fireplace and drink soup and be with friends. However, the truth is that from this point on into the summer solstice, the days are getting longer and longer and longer. So nature is actually saying to us, hey, you were sitting deep inside. Now let's emerge out into the world. And we'll do it slowly across the cold months. And then when spring hits, if you've done your work, if you've filled your energy reservoir over and over again throughout the winter months, you will have the energy to burst right out of the gate in spring with all the creative ideas you have and where you want to go in the world. So let's back it up. Last week we were looking at being in the winter solstice, the dark of the year. And this week we're looking at stepping out and taking the first steps forward. So take a moment, get comfortable, sit back, relax. Let your eyes close, sinking in. And as I breathe, I'm noticing within myself the rise and fall of my chest. I'm curious about the temperature of the air as it enters my nostrils, traveling down into my body. Allow yourself to be curious, if you will. To slow down time and to allow yourself to simply be present with breathing in and out, deep, deep into your bones. And with each inhale, I'm taking in what my system needs, what's new, inspiration. And on each exhale, just letting go of what I no longer need. Yeah. And as you breathe, allowing yourself to drop more and more deeply into your body, paying attention to what your backbone feels like against the chair, what your sitting bones feel like. Last week we worked with the sacrum, that V-shaped bone at the bottom of your spine, and its relationship as the anchor all of the spine, pelvis, the whole body anchors into the sacrum. And my prayer is that you took time to sink in and breathe and rest there in that inner sanctum. Yeah. Good. Good. And as you breathe, and breathing into your bones, breathing into the air spaces in your bones. We all have we have air spaces in our bones where they're like sponges, or we'd all weigh 800 pounds. But one of the things to pay attention to is that it's easy to feel yourself breathing into your bones, into all those air spaces. And take a moment now. We've been working for 3 weeks now together. The first week preparing for the solstice. Last week resting deeply in your bones for as long as you felt you needed it. And this week checking back in to your inner sanctum in your bones. And noticing there is a life force, a flow of chi or energy that moves from the earth beneath us, flows through us all the time, up and out the crown of our heads, showering down around us. And it's fun to think about the fact that we naturally have that flow. And when you work with this process, with me, with grounding and filling, we're just bringing it into conscious awareness. So take a moment now and notice in your bones, is that flow that's moving through you soaking deeply into your bones? Are you able to rest back in yourself, in your bones, consciously giving permission to receive? So that your bones are feeding you and filling as we rest in this time together. It's like a sponge getting thoroughly soaked in a clear, clean river, allowing all your bones to soak up to the best of your ability, whatever each one of them needs in order to feel nourished and full. Good. Good. And I'm noticing within myself that as I sit, I'm able to feel further and further and further back in my spine. And now I can fully feel my backbone resting on the chair that's supporting me. I can feel the pressure of it, the weight of it. It feels warm, feels comfortable, safe. Notice how your backbone feels now against whatever is supporting you, whether you're sitting up or lying down. What are the sensations of it? And notice, have you sat for long enough that your bones are full? Mine are today. I've been doing a lot of practices that have enabled me to drop back over and over again deep into my bones until they feel full and juicy. And when you notice that sensation, that there's a river or flow moving through you, and that your bones are no longer making that sucking sound, they're full. They're full, they're drenched. In that moment, you can begin to let the energy in your bones spread out and radiate into the rest of you, into your heart, Into your gut. Into your pelvis. Big, sturdy bones in your pelvis. Letting them just, in their fullness, just radiate. Fill all the organ systems that rest in the pelvic bowl. And letting the bones of your spine out your shoulders, down your arms, into your hands and fingers. Letting your bones in all their full, heavy juiciness begin to share that with the muscles and ligaments and tendons, all the way out to your skin. Allowing the bones of your feet, your shins, your knees, your thighs, letting them, as they feel full, to spread out and fill all the tissue right out to your skin. Here in your neck and your throat, to your face, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, letting the bones of your cranium radiate and fill all of your sensory organs, all of the brain tissue itself. Good. So you're moving from being deep inside, moving out and spreading out into the rest of your body so that you feel the steadiness, the safety, the clarity that our bones give us, but you're feeling it through your entire system, in your fingers, in your face, in your hair. Yeah. Good. So we've begun the journey of resting deep inside, refilling your reserves, and then naturally going in the other direction, beginning to expand. Today, we're going to expand out into our own skins. All the muscles, ligaments, organs, tendons, bones, everything, filling and filling until you are, as best you can, feeling everything from head to toe in your physical body. It's not that you're feeling and hearing 1,000 different cells or 1,000,000,000 different cells. But when you take your awareness to an area, you can say, oh yeah, I do feel my chest when I breathe. Oh yeah, I do feel my spine. When I take my awareness back to my spine, I can feel that. Oh, I can feel my face. Feel free to cradle your face. I can feel my legs, my feet on the earth, connected to this incredible, unconditional resource that's with us. Yeah. And this is the first step in the journey of coming from the deep winter and turning ever so slightly, beginning to fill out into the rest of the world. Next week, we'll look at how to take this full body presence and expand it out into the field around you. Take as long as you want to with this process today. And I'll see you next week. Enjoy.